How's it going, everybody? Good to see everyone. Let me actually move things around here. Feels like I always do this. I'm a little bit raspy, so we'll see if I can even talk. Forgot to bring my puffer to the office, and because of that, got some accumulation in the lungs. If you are in the chat, if you're out there on YouTube, if you're out there on Periscope, I see Lasha just joined. If you're on Twitch, just say hello in the chat. And today I'm going to be doing some more stuff in Tailwind. This is Adam Wathan's utility-based CSS framework. Maybe just a disclaimer to start. I am not a developer. I'm just a jackass I'm just a jackass idiot on the internet trying to figure things out. And this is one way I force myself to learn new things, is to show up live with whoever shows up in the comments. Often some really smart people. Adam Wathan himself has showed up to help me with this particular framework. And I just try to do some live coding and learn together. So, hello 07 Gond on Periscope. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you what I want to do today. I want to add cards to what I was working on last time. So this here is what we worked on last time. It's a form, kind of a Mad Lib form, where, for example, we could say, I don't know, hi, my name is Brian. I want to sponsor, maybe Brian wants to sponsor this live stream. He says, every time you mention my website, which is, I don't know, .NET Superstars.net, I will pay you, oh, and I gotta fix this, I didn't want that. I will pay you $25 up to a maximum of $500, and then they'll be able to click this and sponsor me. So by the way, if any of you who are watching this, this is something I'd like to build inside of Spots, which is this app that my buddy John Buda and I are building. And if any of you are interested in testing it out and sponsoring a stream, let me know. Hey, Reed. Yes, I am programming. How do I respond to users? I don't know how to do that. Send a message to Reed. Can I do that? Anyway, Reed, I don't know how to do that, but yes, I am programming right now. So one thing I thought would be cool is if I could add some cards, some sponsor cards underneath here and say, here's who's already sponsored this live stream or podcast or whatever. Give a little social proof. So Adam has some built-in styles for what he calls, what are these called? Just cards. Yeah. So I think I'm going to try using this. Yeah. So let's give that a go. Head over here. All right. So underneath here, I'm just going to add a new section called footer. And how did I do this last time? Maybe I will just copy this here down to footer, and I'll call this current sponsors, or maybe past sponsors, because that'll give us a little bit of social proof, right? And let's add in one of these cards. So basically, I'm building this, rounded overflow, hidden shadow. This is all built into the card. Why don't I save this and I'll show you what it looks like. Ooh, wow. This kind of broke. Something's going on. Something's not right here. So that's what it looks like right now, but looks like I did something wrong. I think this needs, let's copy this class to the footer, see if that cleans things up. There we go. So that's what it looks like right now. Still not quite right. And basically I want a bunch of these stacked right next to each other. So let's keep going here. Oh, why is, I think because I'm actually going to add a new div here for this. For this section, for this H1. There we go. All right, let's see if that cleans things up. That's the great thing about HTML is you can just keep editing things and reloading the page, and then, yeah, that's what I love about it. All right, so now let's try to. I think my problem now is going to be that I think I'm actually going to make this class more of a container. Let's see how that affects things. And okay, I'll show you what it looks like this. Let me just try to duplicate this and see what happens. So I'm just going to copy this whole div, which is the card. See what happens when I duplicate it. Okay, so it stacks it on top of each other. So now I have to figure out how to get it to align properly. Because I want 3 columns. Let's just copy this example and try that out. So I'm going to put this in here. And then let's see if, let's see actually what happens if I remove that. And then I'm going to copy all of this. This is probably, oh no, Adam, you came at the worst time. I probably just butchered this really badly. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this now. Cool. So Adam's here now. Hey, Adam. Thanks for being here. How do I get these comments to stay the same size? I'm tired of resizing them. I got to figure this out because this is driving me Nuts. Comments and reactions. But how do I keep these? It's so frustrating. Anyway. Okay, so this is what I'm going to try first. So I'm going to add this over here too. And now I'm just going to copy this in and see if it works. All right, moment of truth. Whoa! Oh my God, it worked. So now I have the sponsor section, and now I have a section right here that says past sponsors, and it has these shadow cards. I should actually have probably styled that differently. Doesn't really work as nice in there, and obviously I want to make this a lot smaller, but I've at least got the I've at least got the basics in there. Reed, I'm thinking this will be for spots, but I'm not sure. I've kind of reimagined, what word am I looking for? I've changed based on people's feedback. I've changed what I think I want spots to be. So let me just describe it. I'll pitch it to you right now, okay? So the original idea behind spots was that it was going to be a kind of like a Calendly for podcast sponsorship. So go to my page, spots.fm/Justin, and you can sponsor my podcast. I'll load all my upcoming episodes in. You choose which one you want, you buy it, and then pay me for it. And that's kind of the mock-up we have right here. At one point, I had another mock-up for this that was kind of live, but I don't think that's around right now. I can check, but I think I took it off. So that was the original idea. Then I thought I had this other idea that maybe it would be interesting to have like a content ransom. So you've already created some cool content. Maybe I did this, live stream, and it was just for 100 or so people, but everyone was like, that was incredible. You got to release that to the public. And I say, well, I'm going to ransom that piece of content until I get X number of sponsorships. So it takes X number of people to unlock that piece of content for the world. And I also thought you could have a blog post where people could unlock each section. So if you're really good at writing, you could leave a cliffhanger at the end of each paragraph, and then to unlock the next paragraph, you'd have to sponsor that piece. Sorry, I got a cough here a sec. Like I said, I forgot my puffer, so I'm wheezing a little bit. Anyway, so that was the second idea, but it has problems as well. The third idea is more of a cue. So you would, in that case, you're imagining people, this would be really empowering for creators. People say, hey, listen, every time you go live and you mention my product, I'll pay you $100 up to a maximum of $5,000. And this is way more empowering for the creator, because now the creator doesn't have to keep a schedule. They don't have to reproduce their calendar, like all of their upcoming episodes anywhere. All they do is get sponsorships. They get like this lineup of sponsors, and then they choose when they're going to do that advertisement. Now, I don't know if advertisers are going to go for this, but it's something I want to test. So that's the idea there. Okay, so let me try to clean this up a bit. I'm guessing my problem is here. So I need a smaller container. I think that's this here. And actually, Adam, one thing I don't understand is why I go MD and then width, and then I know this is a half, but then why do I go MD MX auto? I don't understand why I'm saying that. It's kind of weird. I'm sure there's a good reason though. Okay, so what? See, I still don't know what all of these the shorthand is. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just gonna replace this to start and see what happens. I don't know if I need the oh, I get it. So MX Auto is what centers it. Got it. Gotcha. Cool. Okay, so I think I can remember that. I'm just gonna refresh this and see what happens. Okay, so this won't, what I've just tried won't work. So I'll show you what happened. I lost the, now it's not putting them next to each other. Here we go. I think I figured it out. I just added flex. And now that looks a little bit better. So it's not, at least it's not, really, really big. I think this is looking a little bit better. Again, this shadow thing that I applied would probably actually be better applied to the whole container. So let's go rounded. Let's do this. Let's see what happens when I go like this. And I'll do it on the next one too. Again, in past episodes, we talked about how you have to replicate these attributes every class, but Adam says there's a way of doing that that I'm just not ready for yet. Okay. Look at that. That's looking a little bit nicer, hey? Now I just applied that shadow to the whole box. Elta Michelle. This is, I'm using Tailwind, which is a CSS framework. Tailwindcss.com is where you can go and check it out. And yeah, if you want to check it out, that's what it is. And I'm just building this page using Tailwind. And Transistor is my podcasting app. I'm just using it as an example. Okay. The other thing that's really bugging me is that this H1 I have up here. I'm going to remove this. Okay. Just want to make everything look the same. There we go. I had it as serif fonts up here and sans serif fonts down here. So now at least I have it consistent. That's probably driving everyone crazy. Anyone else have a example product I can stick in here? Something you've built that you want me to use as an example? I just want to put some other logos in here. Just let me know in the comments. The other thing is, let's go down to this footer class. Where's that? So I want to add some margin to this. What is that again? Is margin? I want it margin top and bottom, I think. Does that give us some? Oh, yeah, there we go. See, we couldn't see the shadow on the bottom. But, Adam, how do you, if you only want to add margin to the bottom, how do you do that in Tailwind? So if I know that what I just did there, where I added, now where did I do that? I added margin 8. Okay, okay, MB8. Okay, cool. So this is what Adam says. He's given me all the instructions here. So let's just try that actually. Instead of adding it to the top and bottom, let's just add it to the bottom. Actually want a little bit more there. And I'm sure Adam and Steve Shoger would have all sorts of things to say about how I'm building this. But one thing that's interesting, as soon as we added this element here, this button being left aligned didn't seem to fit anymore. So why don't we try to align that button to the center? See if I can remember how to do that. So button, I think if I just add to this button class MX Auto, I think that will center it. If I've learned anything. What the hell what just happened there? MX Auto. Oh, it's just wrapping funny. All right, let's see if it works. Yes. Probably still something I could do there, but yeah, what else can I add here? I know I've got, I can make a circle I need. I'll grab this here. And make that the second sponsor. Where is it? Just want to see what it looks like. Should actually make these alt Mega Maker, and then this is transistor. This is Mega Maker. Mega Maker is tools and resources for bootstrappers. Okay, let's take a look at how that looks. Beauty. Yeah, so I think what Adam's saying in Tailwind is that there's no, what does he say here? Doesn't include pre-designed card components out of the box, but they're easy to build using existing utilities. And so you can see I've built this shadow box just using the, rounded, overflow hidden, shadow large attributes. And he's got another example here for a horizontal card, which is really cool. That's one of the things I actually really like about Tailwind, is that just having all of these examples, and they're so they just look good. And so it's super helpful to go through something like this and go, oh, I can see how I might apply this to my own app or my own page. Cool. Yeah, anyone else have anything else they want me to add? I could just add Tailwind, I guess. Is there a nice Tailwind logo? Let's see, Tailwind logo. Oh, Adam, look at all these Tailwind things. Tailwind CSS logo. Let's see what comes up. This one's probably works. Copy image address. Okay, move that too. And we'll make this one the end. Yeah, Reed, if you have not tried Tailwind already, it is worth checking out for sure. Again, I'm just an idiot when it comes to this stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just fiddling around with it. I'm using it more as a CSS framework than for this utility stuff, but the default styles are so nice to work with that and as I'm sure as I get the hang of this shorthand, this is for padding on the y-axis, this is for padding on the x-axis. So oh yeah. I won't tell them anything, Adam. Let me go back to, just gonna grab this right here. Oop. And I'm using Visual Studio Code, which is really cool. Eventually, it'd be cool to have people. There's a code sharing feature where I can start. I've never even used it, but where I can click this button and start sharing this session with other people. I can invite other folks. In fact, I could invite in the Mega Maker group. I could even invite folks here if I want, right? And yeah, so people could join me right in the right here. Reed wants to know, Adam, if Tailwind is open source. I think it's open source. I think you can go to GitHub and see everything. Yeah, I think it's open source. Yeah. Anything else you folks think I should add to what I've done here so far? This is what it looks like. It actually, this doesn't look great. I don't like the way this looks. I don't know how I would make it. It almost is too strong compared to this form I had here. It really distracts from what I want people to do here. And so I would probably actually rethink all of this because it's just a little bit too much. Maybe I'd put it on just on the marketing page or something. Because here I have this one action I want them to do. I don't really want them to be distracted by all this. I could actually try just taking away that shadow and even these descriptions maybe. Let's try that. How do I select this whole? Oh, what did I just do? Take away all these descriptions. See if that cleans it up. Probably even take away the, that's what it looks like. I think also the shadow really is a distraction. That's almost better, isn't it? I almost need I should almost put the shadow on here, hey? Where was that? I'm gonna put that on my other one. That's what again, one of the things I've liked about Tailwind is you can try something out in one area and go, yeah, that doesn't really work, but then you can try it out on another spot and be like, oh yeah, this is perfect. I think I can put this on the whole article class. Let's try that. That might be a little bit weird, but oops, right here. Oh wow, I definitely need to reformat that to make it work. I could put it on the here, let's just undo that. I could put it on just this main one too. Need to add a few more things. I would try giving the whole page more of a gray background and putting the form in a white container and letting the past sponsor stuff sit on the gray background so it feels more set back. Okay. So let me see if I can do that. Okay, let's see. So Adam's saying he really likes Stripe's status page. Let's look at that. Status.stripe.com. Oh, yeah. Okay. That looks sharp. So let's add in the body, BG gray, lighter. Now, how did I get these? Is this just Visual Studio Code learning about me, or is that the IntelliSense thing I installed? Okay, so here's the gray. Oh, I'm gonna need a new Tailwind thing. But you're right. If I make this white, let's go. Where's that? BG white. And I think padding is PX4, PY4. Let's see what this looks like. There we go. What's that? More padding, hey? Oh yeah, so I guess I just see this shows you how dumb I am. I can just go P-4. I almost want more of those. And I want to make it rounded. I think I just go rounded like that. Nice. Oh yeah, that's already looking better. I think I could increase the font size of this. Why do I have... I gotta look down here. What's going on down here? How come... I've got padding, too much padding somewhere. PY2. No, that's padding. Got too much margin, I think. Where is all that margin coming from? I might have to figure that out later. Let's try adding a class here and increasing the font size. How do we do that again? Text. Is it text? 3? 4? How does that work? Nope. There's a way of making the font. Oh yeah, it's font large. Font medium. Whoops. Font medium. Oh, someone joined my live coding session. Who is that? Oh, it's Shibley. Shibley? Should say hi. Where's Dev? Shib. Right. So font medium. Let's try that out. It's a little bit bigger. Oh, this is weird. I've got two things. Oh yeah, because I made each of those new lines. No. That's not what I want to do. I want the div that this all. Let's add this to. Let's add this to the whole thing. How big is large? How come that didn't work? Font large. Font large. Let's add it to the form. Maybe it's because maybe. Okay, well, let's try it on each class. Class. Font large. How come that's not working? Can I save it? Why? Text gray. Font sans. Maybe it has to be. It can't be in a div, maybe? I'm trying to figure out why it's not. Where is it actually getting this from? We could try body. Let's go font medium. Apply to the whole thing. Whoa, there we go. That made it a little bit bigger. Or does that just increase the... doesn't really increase the size, does it? Line height, color. I think it increases the font weight, but doesn't... That's not what we want. So I'm going to go back to the docs and actually read this. Text, alignment, font size. There we go. Oh, so you go text large. That's what I want. Okay, so let's try increasing the text size to the whole thing. Now, I know you guys are collaborating. How can I see what you're actually... I can see your cursors in here, but there is also a way for us to talk on audio. I've never done that either. But here, let's see what happened here, though. I think I just... Yes, there we go. So made the text size larger, and as you can see, oh, Adam, you were giving messages in here. I didn't read it though. You can also, for either of you, I'm just in the dev channel in the Mega Maker Slack. If you wanna chat there, I can even leave that open. Okay, so if I wanted it to be 1.25 REMs, I could go text XL. And this is what that would look like. Yeah, this is already looking better. So we've got some... How do I make these inputs... Can I... Is there a way to... Like, if I make them block inputs, what will happen? Oh, no, I don't want that. Is there a way to make the width better fit this dollar amount? How would I do that? Yeah, how do I, Adam and anyone else helping me out here, how do I can give the input a width like W32. Okay, let's try that. Specifically for that, yeah. Let's go width 32. See how that looks. Nice. There we go. Oh, really? The quality wasn't any good, Alex? The quality on Periscope was no good? What's going on there? Did it break or something? Maybe the bit rate just was no good. Okay, so let's actually try even smaller, because I think, is that characters? What is that? That's 16. There we go. Looks a little bit nicer for the I think he means Periscope. Yeah, so I'm gonna reduce the width of that other one too. Where is it? So 5,000. Let's make it width. Let's try 24. Sort of an arbitrary scale. Yeah, that's a little bit. It's a little bit better. Also, don't need this here. Oh, sweet. Yeah, some people were complaining about the Periscope Twitter stream, but that bit rate, I don't know. I mean, YouTube's probably figured out how to buffer things a little bit better. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, Con Software, I have to explain this each time. I'm using Tailwind, and the idea is that it's Adam's probably way better at describing this, but it's a utility-first CSS framework for rapidly building custom user interfaces. And so the idea is that you put all of the attributes in the class, and I know this is controversial, but you put all the attributes in the class, and the reason to do that is it allows you to kind of, as you're thinking in code, instead of having to jump back and forth between your CSS, I guess, you can just do it right there in the div. There is a way of configuring this so that you don't have to keep replicating this, but it really gives you a lot of control over your user interfaces. And I'm just trying it out because, I don't know, I'm trying to learn some new stuff. So yeah, that's what I've been using so far to create all this stuff. I need like a PNG of this. What's this here? I'm gonna try to grab this logo. Oh, this is like an SVG or something. This thing here. What is this? Inline CSS with guardrails. I don't know. Adam, do you like that definition? Okay, I'm just looking for a Tailwind CSS logo that actually has a transparency in it. This actually shows you, this is instructive, and it's nothing against Adam or Tailwind, but this is how most folks try to find your logo, and if I can't find a transparency really easily, it's hard. So maybe there's one on the GitHub repo. What's this? This might be transparent. Oh yeah, that was a JPEG, that other one. What the hell is this? That probably won't work. Oh yeah, it did. Except now you have your writing in there. Looks weird. Con software. I don't know how to answer this debate. This is the great thing about me being a programming idiot is I have no idea how to even enter into this debate. I know Adam has debated folks on this a lot. You can get him on Twitter, Adam Wathan. I shouldn't do that to him, but he's very opinionated, and there's probably lots of advantages that I am not thinking of. Let's just Google why Tailwind CSS. Why use Tailwind CSS? Let's see what they say. See, Adam's got a whole post on this right here. So, con software, go check that out, and then we'll all have a discussion about it. I wish I could easily get to. Let's just Google this. How come why use Tailwind CSS, Adam? Your blog post isn't first. Oh, there it is. Separation of concerns. This is the blog post. Over the last several years, the way I write CSS has transitioned from a very semantic approach to something much more like what is often called functional CSS. That's why we got to work together. Yeah, so Adam does a pretty good job of laying it out, I think. He talks about why you would want to do this. Decoupling styles from structure. What is coupling, by the way? No, I think there are pre-styled components in Tailwind. Walsies. How come your stuff always duplicates? I'm getting both here. Hey, how's it going? Asante Benez. Good to see you. All right, I'm going to read up on coupling. Is this interesting to people? What is coupling? No, I want coupling programming. I want this because, like I said, I want to try to... is the degree of interdependence between software modules. Coupling is usually contrasted with cohesion. Low coupling, high cohesion, vice versa. See, this might be something that I need to... Okay, so tight coupling is more interdependency, more coordination, more information flow. Loose coupling, less interdependency, less coordination. To me, coupling is like when you have to make edits in two places to do one thing. Oh, what do you folks think of that definition? Just realized I was reading this, but not showing you what I was reading. So I was just reading the Wikipedia. Basically, if you have CSS and HTML that is highly coupled, that means that changing your HTML likely means changing your CSS and vice versa. So the idea is that we want to decouple our styles from structure. Yeah, I like this example here. I know this is boring me reading this blog post in front of all of you, but I remember reading this one before. because he shows you what an author bio would look like with this utility-based approach. And so this is what the CSS would look like, but now he's going to talk about how he would do it with the utility-based approach. So a content agnostic, he calls it a content agnostic component. I like that. Yeah, and I think Software, I think this is his whole frustration with Bootstrap was exactly this. So this approach also removes the duplication from our CSS. What if we need to add a new type of content that also needs the same styling? Using a semantic approach, we need to write the new HTML, add some content-specific classes as styling hooks, open up our spreadsheet, and create a new CSS component. But not with Tailwind. Yeah, so look at this. I love the whoa, look at this. What's going on here? So Software says him and Adam agree more than they might have thought. Okay, so let's go back to what I was doing here. Where's that page? Got a million things here. This already looks a lot nicer than when I started. I gotta remove my. You guys can't see something. I think I'm gonna end it here because I gotta go home and make dinner for my kids. But every time I come back in here, I make more progress. And I think for me, as someone who's trying to figure out programming, and again, this is more just front end, whatever, HTML, CSS. Eventually, I'm going to wire all of this up, probably using Laravel. But every time I come in here, it just feels like I'm making more progress, and I'm learning things. I'm getting overcoming obstacles with all of your help. And that is very, I can see why people like programming. It's just, there's something really compelling about this. So, yeah, this has been fun. If you want to recommend something else that I should check out, thank you, Software. Actually, if you are in YouTube and you can give me a thumbs up, that'd be great. If you're still on Periscope and you can give some hearts, that would also be great. And inside of Twitch, I have no idea what you're supposed to do. But thanks to all of you for watching. Thanks for showing up in the comments. I really appreciate it. Go check out tailwindcss.com. Yeah, don't let Software be the only thumbs up in YouTube. YouTube.com/Justin Jackson. All of you on Twitch can go over there and give a thumbs up too. But yeah, thanks so much for showing up. I like to do these streams every once in a while, push myself to learn some programming. And yeah, really appreciate you folks showing up. And I'll see you next time I do a stream. See you then.